Congratulations on your purchase of a CooLift. You're on your way to greater efficiency and improved safety. It is important to understand the features of your CooLift before the first use. Your CooLift is shipped with an owner's manual tag with a link and QR code to download the manual. Be sure to read the owner's manual thoroughly before the first use. To raise the deck, rotate the valve handle clockwise. Carefully remove the retention strap from the pump handle. Make sure the pump handle is securely inserted into the pump handle receiver located at the top of the pump. Firmly grasp the handle and swing downward until it reaches the limit of travel. Return handle to the upright position. Repeat this step until the load is lifted to desired height. Replace the retention strap on the pump handle in the upright position. Please note that the heavier the load, the more pumps it may take to raise the deck to the top position. The number of pumps to completely lift the deck may vary depending on how much weight is on the pallet. To lower the deck, rotate the valve handle counterclockwise. The rate of descent can be controlled by how much the valve handle is in this direction. The deck can be lowered part way and then held in place by rotating the handle clockwise until descent stops. The deck will lower into the lowest position. Squeeze the brake lever toward the bar to stop or slow the CooLift. The handbrake does not act as a parking brake. The foot brake is used as a parking brake for when the CooLift is in transit in the back of a vehicle or if the CooLift is left unattended. This brake prevents the rear casters from rotating and from swiveling. To engage, press down on the foot pedal until it locks in the down or locked position. To disengage, pull up on the foot pedal until it is released and in the up or unlocked position. The containment strap is used to secure a pallet load. Make sure the deck is in the up position prior to fastening the containment strap. Firmly grasp the end of the strap. Pull the strap out from the canister directly over the center of the load, taking care not to twist the strap. Extend the strap far enough to snap into position, and hook the strap to the containment lock located at the lower front end of the cart. To move a loaded pallet with the CooLift, make sure the CooLift deck is in the down position. Push the CooLift under the pallet until fully inserted and the back of the pallet is touching the back of the cart or the bulkhead if one is installed. If inserting the CooLift under the pallet is difficult, optional lift assist handles can help create the leverage needed to get underneath the pallet. Rotate the valve handle in the clockwise direction. Pump the manual pump handle until the deck interlocks with the pallet. Once the deck is in the desired position, return the handle to the upright position and place the retention strap on the pump handle. Engage the foot brake by pressing the brake down toward the ground or floor until it locks into the engaged position. Fasten the containment strap to secure the load. Disengage the brake to begin pushing or pulling the loaded CooLift. To unload a pallet from the CooLift, position the CooLift on a level surface and engage the foot brake. Release the manual pump valve by turning the valve handle counterclockwise until the CooLift deck has lowered completely. Unlock the containment strap from the lock by lifting the tab and sliding the latch out. Walk the strap back into the position on the canister. Disengage the foot brake by pulling up on the foot pedal until it releases. Pull the CooLift out from underneath the pallet. Before you leave with the CooLift, there are some important inspections that should be performed to ensure the CooLift will function properly on the route. If anything does not function as it should, contact Magline. First, make sure that the deck fully lifts and lowers. Operate the hydraulic pump up and down several times with pump handle. An unloaded deck should lift completely within 5 strokes of pump. Manual bypass valves should allow deck to descend and not leak once reclosed. Hydraulic fluid should not leak anywhere in the system. Third, the CooLift should roll smoothly. Test this by pushing an empty CooLift across a smooth, flat surface. Let it roll, and it should travel in a nearly straight line for several feet. Next, check the brakes for functionality. Roll the CooLift at walking speeds and apply the brakes. The brakes should feel responsive and not soft, and the brake lever should not contact the vertical handle. And finally, Check to make sure the safety strap is working properly. The strap should pull smoothly from the canister. It should reach around a lifted load, and the strap tongue should securely lock into the buckle at the front end of the CooLift. The tongue should only be able to be removed by releasing the buckle. When building loads onto the pallet, a common method is to load SKUs in horizontal layers. Another method is to load SKUs in vertical stacks. The maximum stacking height for all models is 50 inches. However, never stack a load that is higher than the user's line of vision when lifted by a CooLift. Always load within the load capacity limit and within the pallet footprint. When securing the load to the pallet, secure a section of the shrink wrap to one of the shrink wrap catches on any pallet corner. When wrapping the loaded pallet, be sure that the plastic wraps both around the load and the pallet. This prevents the product from falling off the pallet when the pallet is moving. Load the pallets lengthwise into the trailer. Secure each row of loaded pallets, including the final row, with a cargo strap or a load bar. Once the trailer is loaded with pallets, insert the CooLift completely under a fully loaded pallet and lift the deck until it makes contact with the bottom of the pallet but does not lift it. Engage the foot brake. Secure the CooLift with a load bar or strap. If a row of pallets does not span the width of a trailer, a stack of empty pallets can be used to prevent the short row from shifting during transit. The CooLift can also be fully inserted underneath the pallet at the end of the short row to prevent shifting. Just remember to engage the deck with this pallet and to engage the parking brake. Empty pallets can interlock with each other for transport back to the trailer and while being stored in the trailer. At the end of the day, when there are no loaded pallets on the truck, the CooLift should be parked next to the wall and strapped in with the foot brake engaged. By following the steps in this video and in the owner's manual, the CooLift will provide years of uninterrupted service. Thank you for your purchase.